taxes yet. Wesley Snipes. This nigga spinning. See that there's a song where somebody, I think Roddy Ricch said, don't sit on his, don't come in his house unless he has your shoes off. And then it's like, grandma's, this nigga spinning.
By the way, if you want to now, you can take your headphones and plug them into the mic.
What if I don't want to?
Your decision, but you're just listening to nothing if you don't do that.
That's the iPhone recording too?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
All right.
Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the 2 Steps Forward Sneaker Podcast.
What up, what up, what up?
What's going on, guys?
Hold on, before we start, do you have, I think you're going to need copyright again for something?
Copyright again?
Guess who's back? Back again.
I don't think we could play that, though.
Reggie's back. Nah, they're not going to get us to that. Hey, nah, yo. Nah, I'm playing.
I don't know if we can do that, but yeah.
I'll play the beat.
Okay.
But I'm back, guys. So we can talk.
Is this
Guess who's back? You still smell the Supreme on my clothes. I'm just kidding, man.
Are we actually recording right now? Like, is this the episode?
Yeah, we're recording,
Okay,
man.
all right.
Yo, nah, man. I'm trying to let the folks know that I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Reggie's back. Reggie's back.
There's been 2 episodes. I had people call my phone.
Like, Reggie, you okay, man? Why are you out of the podcast?
Nah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, man. It's definitely much better recording with you than without you, so...
Yeah, that's what they all say, man. But, you know, I just don't... You can't lead a game. The game needs me. No. I'm playing around. What's up, everybody? 2 Steps Forward.
Yeah.
How you been?
Good, man. Good. Glad to get over the sickness and be back to being in full health again. But aside from that, just good, man. Again, like I was saying, like definitely better having you here recording with me.
Yeah.
Than doing it solo.
I enjoyed the solo. I mean, I didn't listen to the full joints, but like when I was listening, like I love your dog. Hold on, everybody. Yaky got StockX to do 2-step verification because Yaky complained about it on one episode, and like 5 days later, they sent out an email. So I'd like to think that Yaky is the sole reason.
All
for
on
that.
me. It's not the people that have been tweeting at them for like 3 months.
That is pretty dope. They did that.
Yeah, that's definitely like. I think that at least it shows that the community has power to. You know, create change.
For sure. It's so ridiculous that they never had it in the first place.
And I was actually mistaken with something I said about GOAT, because GOAT has it, but they only have it really when you're trying to cash out. So like GOAT doesn't actually have it fully.
Because I think if you buy it, they don't really do that.
Yeah, they don't do that. So,
but I wonder. But I feel like a lot of it comes from when because let's say I think if another account tried to like log into my GOAT account and buy, I think they would notice that it's a different device. I think they would. Yeah. And then that's when they would do the...
Yeah, because you haven't really heard stories on GOAT as much as people getting their accounts compromised. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they weren't hacked in the same method that StockX was.
For StockX, like we see stuff online, but like also like Nick has told us, I think it was his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Someone close to Nick has gone like hacked, like, you know, so the shit is too common.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So,
definitely, and like StockX is doing so much more, like dollars wise than GOAT. It's just it should be there. So
for sure,
definitely good to see that. Hopefully there'll be other things that are able to be worked on now, because I think that now that issue on StockX at least is resolved. Yeah, like there's more that the community can sort of try to impact change to as well.
For sure.
Yeah, how about you? How you been?
Chilling, man. Like, you know, just chilling, just working. I got 3 days off this week, which I'm looking forward to. I took 3 days off just to take them, and then I didn't realize that we have the next Monday off too.
Oh, damn. So you have 3 days this week, and then you also got Monday.
So I'm really about to have like a 6-day weekend.
That's dope.
I know about to be clutch.
Yeah.
Can some shoes come out this weekend so I can camp out for them?
Oh, yeah, true. There's not really anything that like you would have access to.
Nah, man. Like everything I wanted last week is like, you know, they ain't.
Oh, true. Because you would have been able to just hit like.
I would have. I don't know. I don't know that I could like. Even if I have the day off, I don't know that I have it in me to like camp out more than like 6 hours for some shoes, man. Like I know that I can like get up like at 8 p.m. and just camp overnight in DC.
Wow, man.
For some
it's
shoes, bro.
Cold too, man.
Yeah, in the cold, like in the winter, I'm good, dog. Yeah. Like, But I mean, I'll go to a store at 6 a.m. to try to cop at like 10 or 11, you know, maybe even 12. But
do you think you would have been able to hit the plums with doing that at Ubik?
I would hope so.
You think so? Because I mean, I feel like they were pretty hyped.
They were hyped. Were people like? But were they hyped like, oh, I'm gonna just get them online hyped, or were people like, I'm gonna like line up like mad early for these shits? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure honestly. I didn't see it as much, but
it definitely grew on me a lot though. Yeah, like, I go back and forth about. I'm not paying $300 for them.
Yeah,
like,
nah.
I'll do two. I'll do two if I can get. I put a bid on StockX right now for 200. So if I could get two, I'll do two. I think
you were saying they dropped a little bit, right?
Yeah, because last time I checked on StockX. Today I think the highest ask was like for my size was like 274, and then the highest bid was 255.
And they haven't even shipped yet, so
right,
yeah,
exactly.
The price is gonna come down a little bit.
I forgot, yo. Gotta check. Gotta wait for the undercutting is gonna be hard next week. So you know, figure I'll pay two. You know, like for me, like I know two is like for $100 shoe is like. But for me, like I'm okay with paying $200 for shoes, just period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
especially as Yeezys, like that's baseline price anyway.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's like I've paid $200. Like if I were to cop those ones, like I would have paid $200 for them. So it's like I could pay $200 for some dunks. You know what I mean? But
true that.
But yeah.
What about cops recently? So you got a bid in on the dunks, but have you picked up anything?
I picked up we got them on the table right now. The Truck It Lows. I sold some shoes because I was in a hole, and then I ended up babysitting and making some money. So then I was out of that hole, and then I was like, "Fuck it, man! I got this gold credit. Let me just buy some shit." So I bought the Truck It Lows. I got them like pretty fast actually, and then I did the I bought the infrareds. Ended up getting them. Forgot how much I got them for, but it couldn't be that much. I don't think resale on them is that crazy.
Yeah, so I think in some of the smaller sizes, it's like it's weird because it like there are times I'll check and it'll be like 140, 150. Like, again, not crazy, but but then there's times I'll check and then it's like back down to like 115, 120. So
so I ended up getting those, and I like the infrareds. They kind of crease funny, but you wear some shoes, they're gonna crease, and it's like I can't be like stressing about how my shoes creasing. I was just looking at it like, damn, yo, like, because you're just used to a shoe creasing a certain way, and that's fine. That joke was creasing like diagonally, and like it was like, bro, like what the fuck is going on with this, man? But nah,
because the toe box is like it's not like a netish, like meshish.
I feel like it's what it should be. So I feel like the creasing was gonna be like minimal.
Yeah,
but it's almost like looks like some soft styrofoam or some shit like that. Like so. But again, I'm not mad at them. The shoes are really dope. Like I wore them yesterday. Almost wore them today.
They definitely look better in person than
they're great
in
in person,
pictures.
man.
Yeah,
they're great in person.
Real good job of representing that like Air Max 90 infrared
exactly,
too.
man. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything new for you? Well,
yeah. So I got a few things.
Yeah.
So I was able to cop a restock of the JPEGs, the silver or the Shadow JPEGs.
Oh yeah.
So like those are gonna be here Friday, I think is what the shipping says.
Did you get them overseas?
Nah, it was a U.S. store.
Why is it taking so long?
Because it was like free Super Saver shipping.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I could have paid like an extra like $7 to get it, but I was like, I don't need them quickly. Like they'll get here when they get here.
Yeah.
So those are coming in Friday. I guess the Chinatown, I don't think I talked about copying these on any previous episode, but I just got these in hand pretty recently. So
nice. They're nice.
Yeah. So I'm still debating on whether I'm going to keep these or not. I'm going to wait till it's a little bit warmer outside and then decide. But I do like these a lot. And like even seeing them online, like I knew as soon as I restock I was going to try for a pair. So I did miss on restocks of the infrareds though.
True.
So, but yeah, so that's like my recent pickups.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was dope. So do you want to ask some of the people that listen to us about the frustrations? You sent out a survey to some people.
Well, so I think for anyone that's in the sneaker group chat that I'm a part of, I did reach out to some people in there. So essentially, just to try to get a grasp about what all the people listening to this or watching this, what you guys actually find interesting or frustrating about the sneaker community, like some of the issues that you've run into, whether it's with copying shoes or just like other things around it, right? So I actually have it's like a Google form, just like survey. So what I'm going to actually do is on our Twitter account, because that's the easiest place it is, I'll pin a tweet that has a direct link to the survey. So you can go to our Twitter account to check that. And then I'll also probably just run this video that's showing me asking this question on Instagram as well. And so this will be seen by some other people. So with that one, that ad that gets run will have a link to the survey directly as well. So just please enter there, and then that way we'll be able to discuss things that you guys are directly interested in finding out more information on, or hearing our thoughts and opinions on those things as well. Yep.
That's good. For those that, like, I know people that listen personally that don't have Twitters and stuff like that, I just send them the link.
Okay,
give it to them.
That'll work as well. If for whatever reason you don't have access to it or something, like, I can also we can also DM the links out to people for sure.
Also want to let you guys know we have an interview coming up today. It'll be. Where are we gonna put it in the?
I'm not sure yet. I think probably after we talk releases, I'll just drop it in there before we get into some of the news and rumors. But yeah. But
the reason I brought it up because we asked them about our friend Jimmy. We asked them about his frustrations in the sneaker community, and you guys should listen to his response.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Yak, what are some of your, like? If you want to keep it brief, but. And I'll share some of mine too. What are some of your frustrations in this sneaker community right now?
Right now, I think for me is just a lot of times you're like going into releases knowing you're not going to have a chance. Like even though like you enter a bunch of raffles, like you just know it's not going to come out with you with the shoes. So like
it don't make sense that you answer like 6 raffles and come out with 0.
Yeah, exactly, man. So I think that's my biggest frustration. Definitely. What about you?
I think I'd have to agree is like the inability to cop stuff, and it's like, I can get mad at bots all day, whatever, but it's just the fact of like, I want something and I can't get it. And it's like I understand if it's like, because, there's like more hype releases, but like, it's hard to just cop a GR SB dunk. You know what I mean? Like the Chuck It lows, I had to go on GOAT for them, and like I shouldn't have to go on GOAT for something that's like a general release SB dunk. You know what I mean?
Not even something that people are like clamoring for. Exactly. Like the resale price isn't crazy high.
Exactly. And it's like, but I think it's a whole bunch of people copping to resell, but then people aren't paying that much for resell. So that's like my thing too, is like just to like, whether you go on sneakers or whatever, and it's just like the chances of me getting this are like not that high, you know? So it's like, but again, we have other shoes and things like that. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. But sometimes like when there's that one shoe, I would like to be able to just get that one shoe, you know what I mean? So, absolutely. But yeah. So we'll see what the response. I feel like a lot of the response is going to be probably similar to that. Yeah. I'm sure boss and things like that, but really want to hear what everybody's going to have to say.
Absolutely, yeah. And it'll also give us an opportunity, like in the future as well, where we'll pose different questions to you guys as well. We'll probably do it in a similar method like that, where it'll be some sort of poll that we can just send out there and you guys can fill it out. So, yeah.
You want to get into the release recap for this weekend? I mean,
get into some of the things we were just talking about, our frustrations.
Yeah.
This is a big weekend in terms of starting off February, right? We had the Plum Dunks that came out on the 7th, and then on the 8th was the Jordan 1 High 85 and the Strange Love Dunks.
Right.
So the Plum was like a regular sneakers release, not really any issues aside from not getting the shoes, right? Pretty easy going. Neither of us copped, right? Like, you didn't get those. No. But then we get into Saturday with the High 85 and the Strange Love. So it's funny because I put up a tweet before the release, and the tweet was like, "Hey," or because just to like some people on Twitter, like, which order are you guys gonna go in? Because both the shoes were releasing at the same time. Are you gonna go for the Jordan 1 High 85s, or are you gonna go for the Strange Loves first? So I was like, I'm going to go for the Strange Loves. And someone was like, I'm going to go for those too. And so
my response was L number 1 and L number 2.
I do remember you saying the foreshadowing, man.
And it's like, sometimes I'm like, man, should I not be negative? But like, it don't matter, dog.
Yeah, because I was positive about the plums. I was like, I feel the plums. I feel the plums are going to be coming.
Like, I've been positive about shoes for so long, like on sneakers. And it's like, I understand like speaking shit into existence, but it don't work like that. For, like, not in this case, bro. Like, not on something that you don't have any control over. Like the control is all on the other end. It's not about you. You know what I mean? Like all you can do is show up on time and get in line. You know, but you can even get in line for this shoe.
Yeah.
you know?
So with the High 85s and the Strange Loves. So I went to enter the Strange Love first, right? Entered into it, got the little thing like you are now in line to enter or whatever. Right. It showed pending, and then by the time I clicked over to the high 85s, the pending was gone. And it was showing the price again. So I was like, damn, like something just messed up, man, because it's not showing pending anymore. I'm like, damn. And so I'm like, do I go back? Do I go and try to re-enter that? I'm already waiting for the high 85. It's just not now spinning nonstop, like not doing anything.
Yeah. For me, I got through on the high 85 like early. And then I went to the Strange Love and it wasn't working. And I was like, oh, the site's crashing. But at least I'm good because, I got in for the high 85s. Like, I'm probably like the few that got through. Like, I'm good, Because
didn't something similar happen with the Trav ones?
The Travis ones, it was kind of like, it was different. It was like, it started off fucked up. And then it was a time where they finally got it fixed. And it's like that bottleneck. So then whoever got through and because I got through and as soon as I put my info in, I got the information that I won. Same thing for my friend Mike who won. So it's so I thought I'd have a similar situation of actually just getting through, But then, but yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks. I'm not tripping super hard because it's I wasn't gonna only one of these shoes I think I would have actually kept was the plums because those actually grew a lot on me. But the high 85s, the price, there's just no way I would have kept that. And then the Strange Love, I just never thought were I don't think they're an ugly shoe, but I just don't think that they're it's just not my style of shoes that I wear. You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
So
yeah, I would agree with that too. I definitely I wanted the Strange Loves 4 feet. I was gonna put those on and wear them. The high 85s I would have sold, but seeing the way people are stuck on the release and just so angry and so upset, it's not necessary.
Worth it, bro. It ain't worth it, bro. Again, all of us, we already got sneakers, and it's what's one, not losing out on a sneaker for me. I'm not gonna I've definitely gone I don't know if heated is the word, but maybe frustrated. But it's at the end of the day, dog, we will be alright.
I do think it's weird though that they didn't raffle a shoe that limited.
Yeah, they should have raffled those 85.
Yeah,
that should have been raffled like shit.
Because even in Europe on sneakers, I'm pretty sure that it changed to a raffle before the release, and they didn't didn't do it in this drop way. So.
They should have, man. Yeah. And it's that definitely should have been a raffle. Those Travis SBs will be a raffle. There's no way they're not, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are going to be a raffle. Yeah. I think even the off-white 5s are loaded up as a raffle right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's odd to me that those will be a raffle, but they're not really calling them off-white 5s though. They're calling them Virgil Ablohs.
Yeah,
you seen that?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But they're a glory hole shoe though. But yeah. Yeah, if you know, you know. But
man. You have to do some cutaway first, though. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught in the net there.
Yeah. No. There's in the tongue.
Yeah, true.
Nah, but I'm playing around. But yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. Again, though, it's just another sneakers release, and it's we're both already over it. I just got this new pair of shoes. It's I'm not tripping, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait to put those shadows on though. That's
yeah. I've been seeing photos. They look so clean, man. I can't justify. Actually, I might sell those green JPacks that I have and kind of try to get the Jordan ones that are coming out if I can get them.
The Jordan ones. What do you mean?
The
pine greens.
Yeah, the pine green joints
true.
with the black.
True.
Because I don't feel like having two pairs of JPacks,
Yeah. Because you're just gonna be do I want to wear high tops or low tops?
Yeah,
it's have to make a decision every single
same
time.
color. But I'm saying even just having the same color.
Oh, you're saying
and having the green or the you know what I mean? So,
I feel you.
But
I feel you.
But we'll see. I definitely want to see them joints when you receive them though.
Yeah.
Them joints. But yeah, so upcoming releases.
Yep. Let's do it.
I want to let you talk about these because I don't like Fear God.
Yeah, so the Fear God ones. Now I talked about these a lot the last 2 episodes with the string colorway. Now I've seen some raffles open up for these. They were supposed to be releasing February 10th, but it does look like these are going to get pushed back and almost sort of replaced with a different Fear of God one. So the string is going away now. That was the white, black, and oatmeal one. That's being replaced by essentially an all black Fear of God one that's dropping on Valentine's Day. So no more of the string on the 10th. So if you're looking out for those, just stay tuned. I think right now it's just rumors are March or a little bit later in the spring, but we'll see when those actually hit. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's not a pair you.
Yeah, not for me. Like the thing with those shoes, like it don't matter what color they come out, like what colorway. Like I just don't like that silhouette.
Yeah.
Like that silhouette, it just reminds me of like something from a Gladiator movie, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not about it at all.
Yeah.
But you know, beating a dead horse at this point about it. I think I'm pretty sure on this show I've talked about how much I'm good on them. But yeah.
We've also talked about, last week talked about some All-Star Weekend shoes.
Yeah.
So the next few are sort of part of that All-Star Weekend release. So first on February 12th, we got the New Beginnings pack, Airship, and the Jordan 1 High OG.
Those are probably gonna be ridiculous too.
Yeah,
85s, right?
Yeah, those are gonna be very difficult to get. I actually think too, like for like the reservations to like foot sites, they're only releasing in Chicago. Like only Chicago, and then like some of like New York and LA obviously will be included in there as well. But only like big of the foot site accounts are getting those shoes. And I think they are loaded on sneakers now, right?
I don't think they're posted yet, but I feel like they will be on there. Yeah,
they probably will drop on sneakers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's usually their main, especially with them giving less pairs to stores now, Nike, and selling more themselves direct to consumer. So those keep an eye out for those if you're interested in them. Again, don't expect to get your hands on them, I would say.
You don't think the women's UNC joints, you think those are going to be hard to get to?
Oh, no. I was just talking about the New Beginnings specifically.
Okay. I'm about to say.
Another pair of the All-Star is the women's UNC to Chicago. These ones should be much easier to get.
Yeah.
I think even like the hype that's built on them now, just given the fact that the price is not even that high on them,
right,
is gonna come down even more after release.
For sure.
Yeah, so
and those are cool. Those kind of grew on me, yo. Mm-hmm. Like I wasn't a fan of like the Carolina blue with the red on the black, but like I kind of dig it now. You know, I don't think I would wear them just because like, I just don't think I would. Yeah, but I think they're a cool shoe.
The one thing about those that like, because I was always like in my mind, I was comparing them to the Fearless ones that released before the patent leather one that was white. The difference with these ones is the color blocking is better in my opinion because it's not like on the side of the shoe. Yeah. Like it's just the toe box and then like the upper, you know what I mean? Whereas the Fearless one had that like weird split, like where the laces were that just changed colors. Yeah. So like this looks much better, but like I'm not really interested in them. For sure. I'll let them go. Yeah. Personally. Yeah.
So then your boy Yeezy finally coming out with the basketball shoe.
Yeah, I feel like these have been being talked about for like months and months and months. Like people have been seeing pictures of this. So like for some background, just in case some people might not be aware, but the original version of this shoe essentially got rejected by the NBA because they said that it was too much
haters.
It was too much like 3M on the shoe. Yeah. So because of that, they made two versions of this shoe now. There's a lifestyle version that this is just my assumption, so I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure the lifestyle is going to be the version that has a 3M, and then there'll be like a basketball version of the shoe that will not be 3M, so that it passes the NBA rules.
What are you saying is your assumption? Which shoe is which?
Yeah, which shoe is which? Because like they haven't actually said what the difference between the lifestyle and the basketball is, but
so you're just assuming it's about the 3M.
I'm just assuming it's about the 3M based on the fact that the NBA like literally rejected the shoes for the 3M being on there.
But think about it, man. Be on the court, you just flash on the nigga. Like,
yeah, like just blinding someone.
You don't have to yell at somebody anymore. You just flash your shoe. Nah, I'm playing. Shoe looks good. I mean, it look alright like for a basketball shoe. I don't really be rocking like basketball shoes unless they're Jordans like that.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, I've been looking for a pair of basketball shoes just to like. I'm trying to get in shape again and like playing ball. I used to love playing ball, and it's like if I could just play ball and get in shape, you know. So it's like. Yeezys usually be comfortable, right? I mean, they're comfortable, right?
No, they have boosts, so they're definitely gonna be comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know,
yeah,
I'm definitely in the market for some basketball shoes. I've just kind of been looking, but I don't know like what I want to get.
I feel like these shoes though, like as much as they're like luxury basketball shoes, because like they have like it's like fabric like material that like just looks like it wouldn't look good dirty and would get dirty very quickly.
That's
like
what you're saying.
The shoe seems like it's not actually designed for basketball. Like the lifestyle version is like what people are going to be wearing.
So what the hell is the point?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think they're I think probably what it's like Adidas basketball is trying to like. They're trying to do a thing. So and it's. I
wonder if they'd have like one of their athletes like push it.
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
I wonder, you know, because it's like that's how you really get your stuff out there, you know.
Definitely be good to see. It's definitely a release that's gonna be hyped. Like,
true.
I think last week I said something about like I wasn't really looking forward to these, and I was wondering how many people would be. But
yeah,
I think that it'll actually be a shoe that people are gonna go crazy for because it has been around for so long, and people have been thinking about these for a long time.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You want to talk about these?
Yeah. So the Fear got one triple black. We already mentioned them, but so instead of the string coming out, it's just gonna be an all black Fear of God 1.
We talked about this earlier. You say you didn't really like.
Yeah, I'm really like, for me personally, like sort of with going off of what you were saying about they look like a gladiator shoe, right?
Yeah.
Like there's something bold and different about them, and I feel like you're hiding all of that by making it all black.
I got
like
you.
you don't let people really see the details of the shoe because it's all black. Now there are parts that are suede, and like if it's like the other Fear of God ones, like the toe cap is like 3M,
right?
So like there are different accents of things that you'll see, but it's again like from afar or even from up close, you don't see the details of the shoe when it's all black. Like
I got you.
So, but it still looks good, and it's an all black shoe, so in a silhouette that people like, so like it's gonna sell out, it's gonna do well, all that type of stuff. So
true.
Yeah.
I guess I wonder if they, because you don't see the details. I see what you're saying, but you think they waited this long for that because they've already have like all these shoes where it's like, so this is more a shoe for like the people who already like the shoe and just want like a all black pair. It's not about like people like noticing it or whatnot.
That's a good point. Like a little bit like a just.
Yeah, it's like y'all know what it is already. You know, here you go.
That's true, because it would be bad as the first colorway, but now that people know it, that's a good point.
The Air Jordan 3, the red cement. What does the SC stand for?
I think special edition.
True.
Yeah.
So there's the Nike Air version that we love on the back of the 3s, and then there's also the Nike Shot Chicago exclusive. There was already a shock drop of these on the sneakers without the shot, just the regular.
Yeah, just the regular version.
And I think these are cool, man. Like I don't think I'd buy them and wear them. I like the Nike Shy thing, just like because it's like this unique thing about like Chicago and being like what's it called, for the All-Star weekend.
Oh yeah, All-Star weekend.
For it to be in Chicago, you know.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a lot around it with that, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's cool, but like all that red, you know. Did we talk already about how like the original Supreme SBs were like the black cement 3s, and then the second Nike not the second, but like the other version of that came out for the Nike SB Supremes was like the cement print, but like red, you know. Yeah. So it's like this is kind of, I mean, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it just reminds me of like, because there was never a red cement 3 before, right?
Yeah, never.
And now this is like, so it's kind of like, I don't know that it's intentional or not, but either way, I like to think that it is.
Yeah.
That like somebody somewhere was like, oh, let's do this, you know.
There was like a DJ Khaled like red cement 3 that like sort of looks like it, but it's like it looks similar to the shoe, but it just like has like a different sole or something. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
One thing I just want to throw in too for that Yeezy Quantum Basketball, that's supposed to release during All-Star Weekend. So just keep an eye out for that, just along with all these other shoes as well. True. Yeah.
Off-White Jordan 5s, but it's really just like I've seen them called Virgil Ablohs everywhere. I haven't seen them. I'm wondering why they're not calling it an Off-White.
I think that might even be part of, because you're talking about like on sneakers or just in general?
On sneakers. I don't know. Sneakers, I see it on sneakers as Virgil Abloh.
I think the reason they're doing that on sneakers is because
it's a designer thing.
It's part of that Chicago Collaborators pack. And so like they're putting the names out of the designers that are making each of those shoes. Yeah,
it got me because Virgil is Off-White, obviously. Yeah. But I'm not really, I'm pretty lukewarm on these joints.
Yeah. I still don't like them. I will say that there was one cool photo that I did see with Virgil Abloh on feet with them,
right?
Where he actually cut out like the little hole on the side to like show part of the sock.
True.
Which like that was something I didn't even consider to do on them.
Yeah.
That look kind of cool, but still not a shoe that like I would want to put on. Again, it's a Jordan 5. I've never owned or worn a Jordan 5 in my life. So
for me, like, what I'm realizing like with a lot of Jordans, man, like I kind of really only care for like original colorways. You know, for a lot of Jordans. And it's like for ones I think I can like break a little bit, because ones I think are pretty versatile. It's really just like it's like kind of like a dunk, so they could do like a lot of shit. But like for a lot of other stuff, it's like for the 5s, like I really only care about like the original colorways of the 5s, you know, like for 6s, like all of that, you know. So like a lot of these like other joints, I'm like, I'm good on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like you can miss them and not even really care about it.
Yeah, not at all, man. Yeah. So, but yeah.
But you'll be going for them to try to sell, obviously.
Yeah, probably. But are people even going for them like that? Like,
yeah. Nah, people. I mean, people. You know how it is. People make comments like these are trash. These suck, and then they know it's going to be limited, and they know it's going to sell. So
I'm like, well, yeah, no, I always love these joints.
I do always like have to be careful because like I'm like almost you know how social media is a lot of times where like you think something,
it's a bubble.
Yeah, it's like a bubble. So like I'm hearing all the people talk, but these are people that are resellers or people that are like really love sneakers. So like I don't even know how the general public feels about this shoe.
I gauge stuff a lot. I think Nike Talk is a good way to gauge stuff. Just seeing like how people are talking about shit, and because Nike Talk is like still super active, which like surprised me. But Nike Talk is like amazingly active, and it's like because like hype threads will be moving like a few pages every like minutes or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like I like to see like how I think the audience on Nike Talk, or maybe even just like the crew on there, is kind of bigger than what you see on social media.
So you get more of the general public rather than just
exactly. And it's like, granted, like the people that go on Nike Talk are like sneakerheads, you know, but still like there's just something. It's just something about it. I think it's also sneakerheads that like know more than like the average person that's like on Instagram and whatnot. You know, so but yeah, we'll see.
So you're saying that like you haven't really seen people talking about it on there?
I haven't looked.
Gotcha.
Okay. I haven't looked. I haven't gone onto like those threads to like really see like what's going on. You know. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. So more All-Star Weekend shoes, more Chicago All-Star Weekend shoes. Just Don is dropping some Air Force One highs.
These are dope.
Yeah, they're super dope. It's like this blue with some accents of red. This is a collab with Nike and with RSVP, which is like a Chicago sneaker boutique. So like really keeping it Chicago through and through.
There's like the Chicago flags on the
on the inside of the tongue. Like really, really cool design. I'm assuming these are going to be limited. Like I don't even know where they're dropping. Probably sneakers is one of the places, but obviously RSVP.
You think these will drop on sneakers?
You don't think so?
I just never seen like
true.
Like stuff like Just Don on there.
Stuff hasn't really been on there. That is true.
But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a RSVP exclusive release. Then it could be that. But that definitely a shoe that like if you are able to get these, like you're gonna be one of the few because they're gonna be very limited.
Those are dope though.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely a way better way of here. This is your weekly. Mr. Reggie is shitting on Virgil Abloh part, but this is how you do like a blue shoe, in my opinion, like compared to like the other Air Force One that he had, you know, where it's like because there was just nothing to that Air Force One, like even just a little bit of the red accent, like does so much to me, you know. So
it adds to it, and it makes sense too when you're like looking at the flag and stuff.
Right, because it's Chicago, So I've been with these for sure.
Yeah. And then last of the releases we're going to talk about is the Yeezy 700 V3 triple black, the Alva colorway.
Is it you that sent me that photo where it's like them joints go for like the other ones?
Oh
for
yeah,
like close to 1,000.
Close to 1,000. Now that was just size 13, like my size. Unfortunately, the other sizes are hovering like around 400, 500, 600. But my size is just pumped up like. Like last sales, like always between $700 and $900, which is just upsetting. It's just upsetting. I'm never gonna be able to get.
Is it because it's a Yeezy? Because like I feel like in others, like for Nike, it's the opposite. Like, bigger sizes go for less.
Yeah, bigger sizes go for less for a lot of the other Nikes. It's just weird because like I think it's literally just stock numbers. I think they're just not producing a lot of Yeezys in the big sizes, and that's literally all that's driving it. It's not even the demand for it necessarily. Well, I guess it is partially that,
right.
But a lot of it is just the stock numbers aren't there. So
I still feel lukewarm about these two, though. Just the all black. I don't know, man. Do you like these?
I do like them. I think the original color is better, like the white and that one. I like that color better, but I still do like these a lot. I'll still be going for them, and if I get them, I'll be wearing them. So,
I hear you.
But we'll see if that actually happens. It probably won't. I haven't seen any news about them on actually releasing, so they may not actually be coming. One thing I was saying last week was for them to drop the 700 MNVN, the all black,
right,
and then put this 700 out all black like a week after each other, even though the other one was a lot more limited,
right.
But still, it's just like it doesn't make sense as a release strategy in my opinion. But I'm not running this company, so I don't really have an input in that.
We should be running this damn company.
Hire me.
Nike, we'll fix sneakers.
Hello, pod listeners. Hope you're enjoying episode 13 so far. So we just got done talking releases. And before we get into some sneaker news and rumors, this is where we're dropping the interview with Jimmy from the Netherlands. So hope you guys enjoy the interview. We're definitely going to be doing more of these in the future with other members of the sneaker community. Anyway, peace. All right, guys, so previewed this a little bit earlier, talking about the fact that we're going to be interviewing someone from the sneaker community. I think this is going to be great insight. So we're joined by Jimmy. He's from the Netherlands. I think one of the good things is it's going to give sort of like a different perspective for some people that are living in the U.S. So Jimmy, go ahead and just introduce yourself.
Well, yo, what's up, guys? My name's Jimmy. I've been really new to sneakers in general. I think I started in 2017. So compared to other people, it's I'm very much a noob. I am 25 years old now. I started collecting mainly because of the Instagram wave that hit, or the sneaker wave that hit Instagram recently, and I just liked the look of some shoes. I started collecting Yeezys at first. It was my first ever.
Okay.
Ever.
What was like the first Yeezy you saw that you like? I have to have this.
You wanna? Man, I'm low-key a little bit embarrassed about this, but my first.
we all start from something, man.
My first ever one was really creams because they were so accessible.
Yeah, they were like really accessible for people.
Yeah, they were pretty easy
I'm not part of the Yeezy community like that. Why is that embarrassing? Why could it be embarrassing?
It's an underdog pair is what most people would say.
I think people slept on them, especially because they restocked. But like the price of those has shot up because they're so easy to wear. You know, it's just a super clean shoe.
Very true. Yeah. Very true. I like it. So I grabbed it at that time, and then I did some DIY on it. And,
you customed them? Nice.
I regret every decision I made up until that point in my life. Like everything that made me lead up to that point, I regret everything. It was awful. I had to grab another pair off of the restock because it was so bad.
Like you messed them up bad?
Oh man.
Dude, if you have pictures of them, please.
I will send you some photos. Actually, me and my girlfriend both got a pair that release, and she did the same thing, or she tried to customize them as well. I think hers didn't look that bad for her first time. It was actually pretty cool, but mine were just like we can't even.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you have like an art background or design background that made you want to like do that, or you just was like fuck it?
No, I just went for it.
True.
Straight, just leather paint. Like dye it first. We tried to dip dye it first, but that was just like
that's
not
really
working.
interesting. But is that something you want to try to keep doing to like? Are you like into like customizing and things like that?
Yeah. I see customized kicks, and I think they're super sick. The pair that like I love the most now is my Air Jordan 1 LA to Chicago's, because I actually did my own acetone customizing on it.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's just like.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's just like worn. It looks like worn. It's like just smudges. You know, I just removed some kind of. That's what it looks like.
Gotcha. Nice. That's dope.
Yeah, that is, man. So like, have you sort of switched now? Because I feel like the shoes I see you with are more Nike now over like Adidas. Really, do you still rock with Yeezy a little bit, or you sort of step back from that?
I mean, I grab the Wave Runners every now and then. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, the Sesames are like my go-to. Taking the trash out shoes.
Yeah,
so
true.
It's still I still rock with Adidas, and I think some Adidas models are still. I have a couple. I just don't really wear them.
True.
So you do wear more Nike now?
Nike. Yeah, 100%.
What do you think? What's like your like? What's like your favorite shoe? Your favorite Nike shoe that you have like right now?
Man, can I do I factor in emotional value or?
What'd you say?
Do I factor like sentimental value?
Sure, yeah, man. Anything, man. Like whatever it means to you, man. It doesn't have to be hype. Like whatever is like your shoe, like you know what I mean.
I think genuinely, my Fear God ones. The sale colorway, because I got those at the same store I'm gonna pick up the 1985s that I told you earlier, the London one. So I went to London and I met a bunch of people, and it really gave me like this super warm welcome to the sneaker community here in Europe.
That's awesome.
At least.
Yeah, I love what Offspring does, because I feel like they definitely promote that that community aspect of sneakers. It's really big.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, they really.
Go ahead.
And so they really embrace. The thing is though, like it has like a two-face, right? Offspring, because they really cater to people that they already know. So a lot of people that don't really like it like that much, but I think they embrace new members just as much.
Yeah,
personally,
that's good.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask because you said the sneaker community in Europe, and like what is it like over there in I've been to Germany and Berlin, and it's like I saw like a lot of Air Maxes and stuff like that. Like what is it like?
Yeah, like what are people wearing?
Yeah.
Well, back when I was growing up, I just remember seeing Air Maxes. Literally everyone. 90s and ones were the wave, and people.
So is that like popular throughout Europe?
I'd say so. I think in France there's the same story. There's a lot of Air Max going on, but now with the newer like Vapor Max and all, and the 270 and the 720, it was very. It caught on very fast here. The 270 especially, it went bang here in the Netherlands. It went
270s for real?
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's not at all like the US.
Yeah,
like, I feel like 270s, like even though the 270 is one of the top selling shoes, like just because it's comfortable, but I feel like you don't see people wearing it like.
You think like hood dudes wear 270s?
Not hood dudes, definitely not. But
really?
Like,
no, I mean,
I don't.
That's who I see. Like when I think of them, like I don't.
Really?
I think
you actually see 270s?
I don't know that I see them. That's just like because not that they look like foam posits, but they kind of like remind me of like a foam posit type shoe where it'd be like that crowd that wears it, you know. But I mean, I don't have anything.
For us, it's really that GR. It's that GR that like the white forces have always been a thing everywhere across the whole wide world, right? That's like the common ground for every single sneaker community, but the 270 is like that GR that came out that was just everyone had them.
I got you. Are SB Dunks popular in the Netherlands where you are?
No, that's the thing. Like skating in general, and here in the Netherlands specifically, isn't super big. Although we do have some insane names, like let's say Pete Parra, for example. Like Parra Air Max ones. Those things are.
Ben G, that's also in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my favorite skates were to go to locally. That's my local, man. I always go there.
That's what I figured, but it's not big in the Netherlands at all.
Not really. Like even I myself, I only got into skating like a year ago, like last summer, literally last summer.
Oh, so you picked up skating?
Yeah, I had to.
That's dope, man. That was one thing that like I almost wish that I would have done.
Right.
Because like now I feel like it would hurt so much to fall and like
hit the ground and bend down.
It does. Yeah, no, it does for real. Yeah.
Like we're both old. We're older, so it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious about the SB just because like you see a lot of the drops and you see like on Nike SB or nothing and like there'll be so many shops from like Berlin.
Me personally, I'm a huge dunk fan. Like I got into dunks again very late, but now I'm that's my silhouette for life.
So you mean like regular dunks or the SB dunks?
SBs.
Right. 100%. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just such a comfortable shoe and it's like
it's so good.
I'm wondering if I want to buy the plums, but like. I don't know that I could wear like a regular dunk after like having SBs, with the padding and all of that. Like I just rather stick with an SB,
Yeah, I totally agree.
So for you mentioned that you hit the high 85s from Offspring. What is the like the release process like for something like the plums or the Strangelove SBs? Like do you like sneakers obviously is still running over there, right? But like was there crazy like crashes and like payment errors and stuff like there was what the US experience with those releases?
Well, Offspring in general does it like way out of like what the general norm is for most sneaker stores. They don't get SBs because they're not a skate store, so they're like a sneaker store. They're like a boutique, I guess.
Right.
So they usually do Instagram raffles where they throw up a post and then they'll let in this many entries and they'll close the post and then after a while they'll draw from that.
Yeah, you like have to have post notifications on for Offspring.
Oh yeah, I mean it's even better if you have some monitors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you have a monitor that runs the IG and you just throw Offspring in there, you won't miss a raffle at all. But that's what I think is one of them, not the most fair ways, but they will check your IG and see if you have your size in your bio, if you've like been with the community in a while, and if they usually, with like really rare releases, they go through the DMC if you have already won multiple pairs, because then they feel like they can quote unquote trust you with that not reselling this shoe.
Yeah, because I've even seen with them, right? Like they make you bring back old pairs that you purchased from them, or wear them back. the store in order to pick up, which is like really validated that you're not selling your shoes.
It makes sense. I think that's a much better way for me to make sure you didn't sell a shoe than like selling me a shoe without a box or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that photo. That was not cool.
Yeah.
Like how do you feel about that?
What you mean? What I feel?
How do you
about
feel
it?
about that? Like,
I hate that, man. Like me personally, the box is a little bit part of the experience. You're like you're opening up the box. It smells a type of way. You know what I'm saying? And some stores even had like the purple boxes. We're going into the purple box transitions with the SB dunks.
Right.
If they came in a purple box, I'd love them like 10 times more. Because they're like, oh, this is the first shoe with the purple box. You know?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the thing, like with SBs, like it's by eras. You always say the orange box era, the gray box era. It's like to not like I see what they're doing. I just don't know that that's the right way to go about it. You know, because like the box is part of the shoe. Like the box is part of the experience, like you said. But
like I was even telling Reggie, like I'd rather them make me like exercise in my shoe in the store than not give me the box. Like make me put them on and do jumping jacks or
anything.
You know, like anything. Because like the box, like you were saying, like the box is a huge, important part of it. But I also think like I don't know why they feel the need to like enforce it in that way. You know, like the way Offspring does it is better.
Yeah, I think that's way better.
I think the Offspring one, the way they're doing it right now is even easier because with this release, the 1985s, obviously they're going to be numbered. They've already hinted at them writing down the numbers attached to your name.
That makes
sense. You know, if they ask you to bring that shoe, you got to bring the dust bag. You got to show your number. That's you gotta ID yourself. You know. So
I didn't know those shoes were numbers. By the way, they were numbered. I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you like what are your other methods of like copying some of the releases that you get? Like for example, those ray guns that I've seen that you had. Like where'd you get those from?
Well, actually, that was the local. That was Benji, man. Benji got me hooked up on that pair. But usually, honestly, in my opinion, if you want to go for a shoe, 9 times out of 10, if there's a first come first serve, that's your best bet. Like online nowadays anymore, it's almost impossible. It's near impossible. It's so oversaturated with people trying to get the pairs for different reasons. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Do you? So where you are, is it more popular? I mean, if it's first come first serve, are your chances pretty high, or is it like are the releases chaotic? Are there a bunch of lineup? Like, what is it like over there?
The releases aren't chaotic, but I would definitely say like depending on how much effort you put in, how much more chance you're gonna get the shoe. Nowadays it's way different. I think the SB lines, everything like, for example, the P rods and the recently dropped P rods and that Oski pack with the blazer and the high. Yeah, they sat in stores like let's really. I walked in like 4 days or 5 days after release and picked up the Oski highs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because Oski is like he's European. I know he's not. I think he's Swedish, but like I would think that like that would have a lot of love in Europe, you know. But
skating is just not on that level as it is in America.
I hear you.
Damn, yeah, because even like with Nike putting in that new policy of like not shipping stuff overseas, like I've seen like on skate stores in Germany or you know just in other European countries, right? That like there's just pairs just like sitting like obviously not the very hype stuff, but like the shadows that like we cop like in the US those things sell out like as soon as they
as soon as they get to the store.
But in some of the other stores they're just there available, and I'm like, damn, it would be a little bit of a like night. Like if I was like frequently traveling between the countries, I'd definitely just like be grabbing pairs.
Yeah,
just traveling back with
the
them.
only thing is like the boxes, man.
It's way different now though. It is way different now, though. It is way different now. It's shit selling out because hype. People see the money in it now. Yeah. Like even if it's $20, people will buy that stuff. And I mean, I don't blame them. But on the other end, it's all shifting. So that is all leaking into this part of the country now, or this part of the world now too.
There's definitely two sides to it, because it's like.
Of course,
the money's great, but for me, like I still want to wear those shoes. Like, most shoes that I'm really like trying hard to get is because I really want this shoe. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for real. I don't buy a shoe unless I feel like I've recently started like realizing that I need to do this. I'm only gonna buy a shoe that I want to see in hand, and then I'll decide what I want to do with it. If I do want to flip it and I can make a couple bucks, hey, nice, because I can just keep my hobby,
The flipping is part of it. It's always been like, it's because collectors held on to shoes for a long time, and then for whatever reason need to get rid of it, and then they make some money. But now it's like, it's like the initial, like, it's like people buy shoes to resell.
Yeah.
And, that's
and let's be real, Nike's playing into it too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know?
100%, you know? So it's like, so that's why for me, like, I have an issue when you have skate shops that say, oh, I'm not going to sell you this without the shoe. And it's like, bro, talk to Nike, man. Like, tell Nike to send you 100 pairs instead of like 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is for me, you know? So nobody is like clean in this situation, in my opinion, you know?
No, but it's part of the game. Like, it's
part of the game, like you said.
Like, we can't be salty about stuff like that.
Nah.
It's just,
Yeah,
not
like
at all.
people are definitely overreacting. Like all the people missing on the 85s, just like yes, like I was a little bit upset just that I couldn't enter into either of them. Of course, but like I'm not thinking about it now. Like who cares? You know, there'll be more shoes coming out that I don't really need to worry about it.
I saw a dude this morning. I saw a dude this morning on Twitter who was like, oh, you know, everybody needs to abandon sneakers. It's a crappy app, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, like, what do you want me to do? Like, every shop in my area, like, did a raffle that I didn't hit on. Like, why would I not try on sneakers? You know what I mean? Like, I get it that it's, like, it's not the best app, but, you know, but I've actually won on sneakers before. We all have, you know, and it's like, I'm going to keep trying. Like, I'm not going to let go of sneakers, and but again, that's just what it is now, you know, but, you know.
I mean, sneakers made it so that, like, the coworker of some guy, you know, that's really into sneakers can just sit on his couch and tap that button.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
I've never really had to, like, hardcore camp for shoes, but I have for certain SB releases. I was there early up, you know, like in the morning, standing in front of that skate shop for a couple hours. I've done it a couple times, like not too many times, but I can definitely, like, I did my own, like, little research of how it was, and, you know, we all know the Concord story. The 11s, you know, we've all heard that now. Yep. So,
no, I mean, I think me and Yak, or maybe I think you started when we camped out for like the MF Dooms in like 2007, 2008, and it's like we were younger back then, so like I could have time to do that exactly. But like now it's like I'm a 30-year-old man with like a job. Like I can't be out at the store on a Thursday night to wait for tomorrow morning. You know,
more accessible for you now, right? With the raffling, you can drop in your enter raffle.
And that's the only chance I have. You know,
exactly. Like even the plums released locally in one store by us, Ubic. And they were first come, first serve at 10 a.m. And I was like, it's on a Friday, though. Like, I can't. Like, I have work. I can't
be like, hey, guys, I'm not coming into work today. Did Amamanyar get them? Do you know?
They did, but they raffled them in store. And I was just like, I'm not going to the store. Fuck that store.
Yeah, I should have hit up Andy, but whatever. Do you want to go with the socks question?
Yeah. Let's do it. So it's gonna be a question that I think every interview. So for some background, this is like so in the like sneaker group chat that both Jimmy and I are a part of. This is just a topic of discussion that just sort of pops in and pops out. But so Jimmy, do you wear when you're getting dressed, do you put on your socks first or your pants, and why?
I do my pants first personally because I for some reason I think maybe that's why, like, it all stems from your like, we overanalyze this in the group chat.
Yeah.
Like, we overanalyze this. We almost started a new world war with this whole subject. Like, people were going insane. So I overanalyzed it and I said, like, my mom or my dad raised me this way. Literally just blame them. That's the easiest out. So because apparently most people in the world put their socks on before they put their pants on.
I don't believe that at all.
I think that's so weird.
Not
I think
true.
it's so. I think
that's what they say. That's what the stats say.
We tried. From our sample group, I think so. Yeah. Wasn't it?
Man, because for me, like, I saw that question and I was like, "That's a stupid question." Because like, who puts their sock? Like, for me, the socks and shoes are last.
Yeah.
I get dressed.
You know what my theory is? You know what my theory is?
Go ahead.
Everyone that puts their socks on before they put their pants on is because they don't clip their toenails, so their toenails get stuck on the denim or something. So they put their socks on first. That's what I think
that's a great theory, actually.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you're like getting loose threads and stuff caught in your toenails and stuff.
Yeah,
I get it.
Ripping your
that makes a lot of
because
sense,
you're
actually.
putting your pants on too fast. Like, that must be it. There's no other way.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm never like,
hygiene.
I put my boxers on and then my socks.
I know. It's just. I think it was. I don't remember who it was in the chat actually, but there was like a picture of somebody like in their underwear and socks on. It was like showing there like this is what y'all look like when you put your socks on before you're.
But see, like I've been in my underwear and socks, but that's like when I'm coming home from work or something, and it's like you just take things off. Yeah. But anyways,
all right. So all three of us are team socks last or socks after pants at least.
Absolutely.
So what are you? Are there any sneakers that you're like really excited for coming up? I know that like February so far has already been a bunch, and there's like tons of stuff on the horizon. Is there anything like you really have your eye on a pair that you really want? Whether now or even later in the year, some of the rumors that you may have heard or seen.
Yeah, of course. There's the one that we all I think a little bit looking forward to, especially in here, the Trav dunks. Like
true. I would say Reggie's not really looking forward to those.
I don't really like them actually. Believe it or not.
Hey, everyone their own taste, obviously.
For sure. But they are gonna be. I think it's probably the most hype shoe that we know that's
coming
out
most
this year
hype,
so far.
100%. If you look behind me, like I'll send you the footage. I have two boxes of Trav, and it's like the lows and the Air Jordan 1 lows and the Forces, the latest ones.
Nice. Did you get those retail?
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't move to the Netherlands, dog.
Yeah, so
just move there for a year, get some shoes, and move back.
I think it's gonna. I think it might actually help your chances. To be honest with you,
it really sounds like it.
I hit a lot of things for retail because. I also really try really hard, but anyway, that's one of the releases I'm very hyped for. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie too much because January was so chill and chilled out. I'm like out of the groove. I need to warm up again, man. We're only 10 days in, and I'm still like kind of not paying attention.
See, January was definitely kind of quiet, but like February is already like to me, this past weekend alone. And then you have the Travs. I'm not into Fear of Gods, but some Fear of Gods are coming out pretty soon, right?
So
those are nice.
So, have you seen both the string and the triple black, or like which one?
Yeah, I saw both.
Okay, so I'm not sure what's happening with the strings because originally they were supposed to come out on the 10th, and like I've even seen some raffles open up for them. But then I saw somewhere that they got pushed back till March potentially. So like I was super excited for those, and out of nowhere the triple black Fear of God ones came up, and like those are fine, but like I don't know, I feel like a triple black colorway of those shoes, like it's not doing the shoe justice, because like I feel like you're missing a lot of the details that like make the other colors so good because you can like see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you don't think just an all black shoe is just
it looks good and everything, but like I think personally if for my first Fear of God one, like I would rather have something that like I'm gonna be able to like I don't know, just see.
I feel you.
That makes sense. Because it's such a like a bold and like different silhouette to anything else that's really like out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the sales, but like let's be real, man. I've worn them. I think I've worn them once, just to shoot photos in. Like I don't know.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. You guys have a really good I'm talking like amongst the group chat, the people that are in the area.
Yeah.
A really good like network of like sneakerheads. You guys are close and like that's really dope to see. Definitely something that I'd like want to try to build more here in the States.
Is everyone in the chat from the Netherlands, or is it just your?
No.
Okay.
It's literally worldwide, but there's a good core group that's in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And because the Netherlands is super small, like it doesn't really matter where you live. You'll be able to meet up in the weekend anyway. Like
for sure. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
I gotta go there
it's
one
really
day,
fun
man.
because. Oh man, if you want to visit Amsterdam, it's cool because nowadays we're getting more stores that are like sneaker streetwear oriented. Speaking of streetwear, I know that you're really into Supreme, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a big Supreme guy. Yeah.
Did you used to skate, or have you skated, or
nah,
you just
never
into
skated,
the brand?
man. Just always been like into it. Like my brother used to skate, and then like from there, I think my brother was the first time I heard of SBs. And from him, and then Nick got them, and then like there was that connection of like, yo, my brother used to have these, and then from the SBs, it kind of like went to like Supreme and like just like the skate culture and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, but I never was a skater.
But are you just into Supreme because of the brand, or is it just that heritage that attracts you?
See, I was just telling Yaky about this. Like, I love like the heritage of like Supreme and like what they represent. Like as far as like I don't know if now we can say that they're like an authentic like skate brand, but at their core, like they still are that. You know what I mean? And it's like they still have a team of skaters. Like they only have 2 skate videos. Well, like as far as like full lengths, but like the skate videos, like they're like all the stuff that they have. Like for me, like I think the quality of their clothes have like gone down recently, but like the history and at their core, like they're still the same brand they were 25 years ago or in 94. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't speak on the quality because I think my first Supreme piece was from like 2017.
Gotcha, yeah. And it's like, I mean, there's still good stuff that came out from there, you know, but from you just have to get it from the website, right? Because now you can have the European website.
For my first piece, I got it in London because I was there.
True. Nice. What'd you get, if you don't mind me asking?
It was a Spitfire Supreme drop.
Nice.
It was the
one with the
swirly?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But you said you do skate, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back then I didn't, but
gotcha.
Kind of because of like getting into Supreme and like seeing their old skate videos and all that stuff.
Sure.
Like it really got me into like, skating.
And it's like, I don't know how the London store has it, but I know like in the New York store there was like, they used to have like skate videos like playing all day long, you know, and it's like
the London store didn't have that, but I went to the Paris store last year and that one actually did have it. So.
Yeah, the Paris stores, I think the layout of that is better because like when I was there over the summer,
you went to both, right?
Yeah, I went to both stores. The London store was just like bare, like there's literally nothing in there.
Yeah.
At least when I went, but again, I just went on a random day. It wasn't like it was a drop day or anything.
Gotcha.
So
the thing that I like is like everybody that runs their stores are like skate, like historically skate. I don't want to say legends, but like something close to that, like in those cities, you know, like the dude that runs the Paris store is like a old school like Paris skater guy, like, and in London is I think his name is Jagger, like, you know, and it's like in New York, like everything that they have is like, so to me, like there's the fact that they still stuck to that, like like there's like the streetwear aspect of it, and they do so like because they sell a lot of stuff that is not skate stuff, you know, like. Like they sell Timberlands. Timberlands are not skate shoes, you know. Like they do a whole bunch of, you know. So it's like, that's why for me, like I do like to respect the skate aspect of it, but I do hate when some skaters are like, "Oh, you don't skate, so you can't wear it." And it's like, bro, like,
oh no,
you know?
It's not like that at all.
Yeah,
because
but
I
I'm not
got
saying you
into
are.
skating.
Some people are though, you know.
No. I know exactly what you mean.
And it's like, bro, like it's even like for me, like, but the thing is, like, I do think it's good to like, because like for me, like, if I'm into this, like, I like to know what I'm wearing, you know. So it's like if I'm wearing like a skate brand, I want to know like what they're about. I want to know that they have a skate team, a video, like whatever, you know what I mean. But like, you can't be mad at people who rock SB dunks and don't skate when it's like, bro, the SB dunk. A dunk was a basketball shoe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, when skaters for Nike SB first started skating, they skated Jordan 1s, and like that's a basketball shoe. Like you don't go up to them and be like, "Oh, you playing basketball?" So like for me, like for the gatekeeping is kind of like ridiculous. But I do think you have to respect the history too. You know, I'm not saying you got to like know skating and this and that, but it's good to at least have some awareness of it. You know what I mean?
That's where I was want to go to as well. You know, it's like it's okay if people get into a certain sport or something because of a shoe,
right.
or doesn't necessarily practice it, but if they just respect their heritage, it's for me it's a-okay. Like it's better even.
Exactly. I saw this thing this dude showed me. I think some people were asking about some shoe that was dropping, some SB, and some people were like, oh, it's gonna be at skate shops. And some people replied, they were like, what are skate shops? And it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's not, like, again, you don't have to skate, but you got to know that these are skateboarding shoes.
For
like,
real, though.
And you can get them at a skate shop, you know? So I just thought it was funny, man. But
now I think technically, because I had to write a little piece for the Offspring competition I won the shoes in.
Nice.
That was about legacy. I think actually legacy is something that's quite more important than
for sure.
what the shoes are actually even meant for.
Yep.
Because the Jordan 1 silhouette got created like 10 years before I was even born, you know?
Right.
Like,
so they made you write a report, like an essay to
well,
like win the
not
shoe?
like an essay. No, it was just like a caption. You just had to like do some with the words.
That's still dope though, man, because that's like interesting. Because it's like because you get to know about the person buying the shoe.
Yeah, they do a lot of different things. Like sometimes it's more creative stuff like that. Like I think you also like you had to put a video together because if I remember, it was like it was you and like all different like Jordan 1s, right? Like you and Sherry.
Yeah. They accepted pictures or videos, but just something creative.
Yeah,
as long as it wasn't like What?
More shops should do stuff like that, because for me it's like, rather than just like, because the raffles are old, bro. Like, and the raffles at this point, like for me, it's like playing a lottery. Like I still only win, most raffles I entered. So it's like, so to have something like that where it's like you get to know about, like, I'm not saying that you gotta like fight and say why you deserve the shoe or something.
No,
but it's cool to like, for what you did, like that's awesome, And it's like no shops that I know do that stuff around here.
I think it's mainly because it's a lot of labor.
Yeah,
it takes like having an Instagram raffle in general takes like quite like it's quite labor intensive, and I think if you're as big as Offspring, when there's that many people coming towards you at the same time, I think it takes a lot of labor. But I full respect for them doing that, because the people in London specifically, you guys are super lucky. Do not underrate the power of Offspring, like for real.
I'm definitely having to check that spot when I go over there.
Because I remember with the 350 blacks, like the triple black 350s, they just to prove how they could like affect things, they dropped some pairs of those without doing any sort of like Offspring. They just put them up on the site. And people were pissed off, and they're like, "See, this is why we do it the way we do it." Because
why were people pissed off?
Because no one had a chance to get a pair, because like you just got taken right away.
Okay.
So like, this is why we do it, so the people who actually want to wear the shoes have a chance to get the shoes, rather than just go on the people that are just botting them.
Yeah. They have like a little hashtag they use is "No one ever wins." It's like that's what really what this movie
that's
is
so
like.
True.
For real.
Yeah, someone's always missing out. That is very true.
That is so true, man.
Yeah, there's always going to be someone that's going to be angry about something.
Yeah, and I realize at the end of the day, I love sneakers, but like you can't be mad about sneakers, yo. Yeah. Like, you can be frustrated for like a little bit, but you get over it, and it's like,
for sure,
you get over it.
There's so many coming out each year, like
exactly. And how many do we already have? You know
what
I mean? Like, like I have shoes that I barely can get dirty because I don't even wear them, and you know what I mean? So.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, speaking of, we'll transition. So, I did actually already, I think, sent you a link to like a survey question that I had. But what are some of like your frustrations, you would say, with the community? I know not to like take it to a negative tone or anything, but like if there were some things that you could like change or you just would make it a little bit different, what would you think that would actually be?
Yeah, I did think about this for a little bit. It was quite difficult. I think, honestly, thinking about it right now at the spot is, I think my initial response would be it's okay. Like, it needs to be balanced with everything. So it sounds really dumb, but everything that might frustrate you a little bit is okay. I think my personal biggest frustration though is still and will always be backdooring stores.
Yeah.
For personal gain.
So what's backdooring to you? Because I saw there's been like a little conversation lately about, because some people are saying, well, like the store is gonna take care of its employees, So it's like, let's say they get like, I don't know however many pairs, and they got like 5 or 6 employees. They need a pair. They're gonna hook them up, But then that might like slash your stock. Is that backdooring? And for me, I go back and forth, because it's like you're selling the shoe before it comes out, but at the same time, if I worked at that store, I would want that shoe. Absolutely.
Exactly. Like I work at the store, I would have some expectation there.
So does that consider backdooring to you?
Yes, it's a backdoor, but it's not. Okay. It's nothing that's. I don't. There's mainly. I personally don't think that's a problem, because as you said, a store is a store, and there's employees there, and most employees at most sneaker boutiques and stuff, they actually have a passion for the shoes.
Of course.
It doesn't matter that much, but it's not bothering me if I see videos and pictures of stores backdooring a shoe that needs to be sold for $160, going for selling them for $350 already out the back door by by the tens, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
that is not okay, bro. Yeah. Like you're, especially not if you're pretending to be for the community.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, like still putting up raffles and telling people that they have a chance to get the shoe, and then you're not actually ever giving it to anybody.
I agree. It really gets frustrating. It's like there was an incident where, not an incident, but when the infrareds were coming out, there was a dude who went to some shop, forgot the name of it. It might have been Valsurf. I don't want to say the wrong name in case I'm not talking about that. But anyway, so then he was like, oh yeah, they didn't have that many pairs, blah, 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 blah. And then in the same thread on Nike Talk, some dude posted a picture that on some other app, someone is showing it, selling a shoe, and there's like 3 pairs of the same shoe, bought the day before, and it's like clearly the owner just like sold 3 pairs of shoes to this guy so he can go on whatever app he was selling on to sell for extra money, you know. And it's like you see things like that, and it's like that's when it gets fucked up, you know. It's like really, bro, you know.
As most of the time, it's like just like they're paying a little bit over the retail, and then they'll flip it. Like it's usually like that very tight knit circle that gets to do that stuff. And
for sure.
And I'm not saying that we all should have the equal right to do that stuff, but I do think that if you're a retailer and you're pretending to be,
it's about integrity.
Yeah, if you're pretending to be like, hey, we're like a cornerstone of this community, and we want to be like this, and we want to portray this picture,
right?
And then 10 months later, some video comes out. Some people might know what I'm on about.
I agree.
You know, it's like not okay.
I agree. It's like they tell you support your local skate shop, but we can't support our local skate shops because they no shoes to buy. You know.
Hey, like, but I'm not gonna lie. If I got the chance, if my local skate, if the Benji just hits me up and be like, "Yo, we got the Travs in. You want a pair? You can come in on Sunday." I'd be like. I'll be right there, man. 20 minutes, I'll be right there.
I think there's a difference between them selling you 1 pair for you to like have, than selling like 6 pairs to like, you know what I mean?
If a skate shop or a shop,
because there's a difference between like if you're like cool with the skate shop and then they like are hooking you up, so you don't have to go through a hassle.
No,
but there's also when they sell them in bulk to make a little bit more money for somebody else to make a little bit more money, you know.
If the question is like if I let the skate shop curate which people get the shoes, like in that kind of way where they can backdoor a couple pairs to people that they know are for the toe or whatever, that I'll leave that up to the shops. I'll trust in most shops to do that correctly. Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah,
I'll have that. Yeah, I'll allow that. Sure.
I hear you. It's definitely a tricky question, and it's like, and this backdoor's been going around since the beginning of time, and it's like, for some shops, like unfortunately, sometimes the only stuff that they do sell is like Nike SB because people don't go there to actually like buy like skate gear and whatnot. So it's like they, for them, they have to go to. I shouldn't say they have to go to, but like you gotta make your money, and if that's another way for them to make money, that's what they do, and you know, it sucks, but they gotta eat. You know, they got families to feed,
of course.
So
definitely.
But yeah,
that would be my biggest frustration. Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, I think I'm with you too. It's definitely one of my top 3 for sure.
And it's one of the ones that's the most difficult to.
Yeah, like you can't really. Yeah, you can't fight it unless you
don't even actually know what's
shop
happening
all day. Be Batman for sneakers.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, Jimmy.
No problem.
Definitely
appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was great to have you on, and I'm sure we'll do it again in the future as well.
For sure.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I appreciate the opportunity, guys.
Thanks, Jimmy. Man.
So, hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Jimmy. Definitely some interesting insights in there about being a sneakerhead in the Netherlands, as well as just his own personal sort of sneakerhead story. But anyway, let's get back into the podcast. We got news and rumors coming up next, and we're starting with Yeezy.
Nah, you want to talk about this?
Say what?
You want to talk about this?
Oh yeah, for sure. So speaking of Yeezys, I was also talking about this a little bit, but just the fact that they're trying to do different things because they are releasing so much, and the releases aren't like. They're not groundbreaking in terms of the shoes that they're putting out. So they're trying to do things to make them more limited. So we've seen this before, but there's going to be another set of region exclusive Yeezy 350 V2s. So I think previously, I'm trying to see if I can remember this off the top. We had the Clays, we had the Hyperspace, and the True Form. Yeah, those were the 3 that released regionally last spring. Now this year, we've got another regional release. There's the Earth Yeezy that the Americas are getting, I should say, because it's not just the U.S., but the Americas are getting, also Canada as well.
So I mean South America too, you know?
Yeah, South America as well.
I always wonder what the scene is like down there, because it's like you hear of shops in like Brazil and all of that, and it's like, it's just crazy to me just how global this shit is, you know?
Yeah.
And like even like a country like, even like Brazil, I know they have like sneaker shops, but Brazil is not like it's like a developing country, quote unquote. Like I hate that term, you know, but the fact that even they like get shit, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm coming from my perspective, like being from Haiti, and it's like we don't have that shit, you know. But Haiti's also like super poor, you know.
Yeah.
But it's really like crazy for me to like to see how like that shit works, you know. So I was wondering if South America gets them too, but
yeah, for sure. So then in Europe and Russia, there's the tail light, also called the tailgate, just depending on different places.
These look like a Yeezy that's been out already before.
Yeah, it's very similar because it's like a base gray shoe.
But even with the orange infrared, whatever this is, like I feel like I've seen this, like this combo. Am I wrong? Is
no, not exactly that, but there has been a shoe that looks similar to that before. You. Yeah, I don't remember exactly which one, but as I'm like editing this back, I'll try to pull a photo of it and put it up there. And then the third one that's like going to like Asia, the Pacific, and Africa is the Flax.
We talked about these,
right?
we
talked about these. These were the ones that looked like the marshes that we were talking about.
And they do look like them, right?
They do look like the marshes a little bit, yeah. So that's because I remember we were saying like, why would they be releasing two yellow Yeezys like months apart from each other?
It makes sense now, though.
It makes sense because one of them is going to be locked to Asia and into Africa, which is going to be very difficult to actually get, for people in the U.S. So yes.
Also Africa has like certain places that have shops too. That's crazy. Yeah, man, Haiti should definitely have a shop there, man. And, like.
Yeah, man. I mean,
where in Africa there be shops? Nigeria, because like Lagos is popping. Does Lagos have like shit? Do you know?
No idea. No idea.
I really wonder, man. I'm curious. I really want to know like where. I'm gonna look that up.
Go overseas and stop in, buy some Yeezys.
I mean, I just think it's cool. Like I just like the idea.
Yeah,
like, I think sometimes like Americans they get caught up, and maybe even I do since I've moved here. But it's like you think that you only have some shit. You kind of forget that there's like life outside of here,
Absolutely.
Which is like, again, we have this interview with Jimmy coming up later. Like I had a lot of questions about like him being in the Netherlands and what the scene is out there, because it's like you forget that like this shit is not just like exclusive to the United States, So
absolutely,
yeah.
So definitely, I think you probably heard that interview already at this point too, because I think I'm gonna cut it in before this news and rumors part. So, but yeah, that's dope. It's definitely good to have another perspective outside of the U.S. And I think that like, as we keep going and talking to more people from different places, it's going to be really cool to hear what their experiences are like, and what they're sort of having as their experiences being in other places.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite out of all three of these?
None of them, honestly.
Really? I kind of bang with the tail light and the Earth joint.
Okay. I mean, wait, the Earth? You like the Earth?
I kind of like the Earth, man. I like the colors, man. I don't think I've seen colors like this on the Yeezy before.
It has like the vibes of like the Oxford Tan, like Yeezy, the original 350 colorway.
Is that like see through?
Yeah, it's see through.
Okay,
but like it's like dark brown, but like it looks like this guy's not wearing socks in this photo that you're looking at. Personally,
what'd you say?
It looks like he's not wearing socks in the photo.
He's not wearing socks.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
So like that's his skin there, but like it's like brown, like you see on the back there. But yeah, it is see through.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of like the Americas. I think I do like the. I think as far as like what I'd wear most often would be the tail light.
Yeah,
because
it's gonna be cleaner.
For sure.
I mean, so I shouldn't say I don't like them. I would absolutely wear the tail lights if I had them. Yeah. But it's just it's a shoe. You're
not scrambling to get in.
It's a shoe that looks similar. It's just like it looks like it's a darker shade of gray than like the Statics.
I got you.
And it's also not the static pattern. It's just like more solid.
Yeah.
So I mean, like yes, they look okay, but I'm not upset that these aren't releasing in the U.S. Like, it's not really something that I care about personally.
Like, oh man, I can't get these. Yeah, I feel you.
And like that's how I feel about just Yeezys in general right now. I think aside from some of the new silhouettes, like the V3, 700 V3, like me not getting them is not a big deal. I'm not worried about it because I know that there's going to be more colors coming.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So then, just continuing Yeezy again, a lot of Yeezy shoes that are going to keep coming out. So we saw the MNVN, the all black colorway, release over the weekend, or released yesterday actually. That was limited to New York, London, and Tokyo. Now for the second iteration of the MNVN, this is an all orange pair with some black accents that is also going to be sort of region locked, in store exclusive again. So this time is going to be releasing in Shanghai, Paris, and in Los Angeles. So again, in-store only exclusives. I wonder if there's going to be more colorways and they're going to keep doing this where they're going to be limiting it to stores. How do you feel about these?
I like the bottom, dude. Like for sure. Like for some reason, I know that sounds really
cover
weird.
All the orange.
Yeah, but like because I like the way the sole looks. I think it looks really dope. But that orange is like construction workers shoes, man. It's like
and like don't these shoes just look cheap? Like the upper just looks really cheap. Like the way it's creasing and stuff just looks like I don't know what material that is. I would love to see them in hand.
Oh, is it just me? This nigga got big ass feet, man. Like this looks weird in here, yo. Like
I wonder what size that
is. It's
like
alligator shoes, bro.
That's probably how it looks when I'm wearing them, though. You know, for real.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of these.
Yeah, they look kind of cheap. The orange is way too bright.
Yeah.
That 700 is 3M, so like that's all gonna be reflective.
True.
But yeah, not a shoe that I think a lot of people are gonna want.
Yeah.
Even though they're gonna be region locked and exclusive.
Right.
It's a lot of orange, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't see like fully orange sneakers like that often.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What's like a dope orange sneaker?
I guess shattered backboards is what everyone would say.
Yeah. To them, I wouldn't wear them. I think that
even the older ones that don't have the crinkly leather.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Orange is not a color like it's like red. It's like a color I don't wear. I think like SBs used to have like some shoes with like orange hints. I think some of those like
the
Metacoms I think had orange hints on them.
The Metacom, the blue.
Like blue and orange a little bit.
They also had the Reese Forbes that had the orange.
Yeah.
But that was just like the lining. That wasn't like a ton of orange.
Yeah, I could do like a little bit of like even like I didn't buy them, but I like the New York Knicks 3s that had come out.
Yeah,
I love the New York Knicks colors, like the blue and orange, like or like
Yeah.
the Mets colors, like those are dope. But like as far as like a predominantly like orange shoe, I think we're good.
Just Googling orange SB Dunks real quick. I want to see if I can see any. Oh, they also had like those the Syracuse highs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, nah, it's definitely not something that you see a ton of like
For sure, yeah.
orange. Actually, like yeah, the Supas. I don't know. I call
Oh,
them Syracuse.
yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
They used to be lows, right? Is this? I thought there were lows of these, but yeah.
there might have been. Yeah, because this was released in 2017, so this is probably a re-release of the highs. Then
Nike SB should just like retro shoes, man. Like I'm tired of these like, oh, we're gonna make a high of the shoes, like or
yeah,
low.
you
like,
should just release it in its original.
Yeah, man. Like just let us get a new shoe, bro. Like, you know, but
yeah,
I feel like they're the only like branch of Nike that doesn't retro stuff. You know, or like. I can think of a lot of retros, like even Air Maxes, like
yeah, that's true,
you know,
especially for something that like had such a sweeping impact on the community.
That people
when it
want
released.
those, like you know what I mean. So
like that was the absolute wave back then,
right?
And it's coming back like hard.
Yeah, but all they do is just release like they do the De La Soul low, but a high, and and the Tiffany highs, but
yeah.
Anyways, so you showed me these Fashion Week shoes earlier. Mm-hmm. You know, famous Reggie quote, I'm not a fashion nigga. So it's like these right here, it's like
that should be like a caption on the podcast.
Because I'm not, but like I mean, these joints right here, off-white Nike Air Rubber,
Yeah, how do you feel about that rubber dunk shoe?
That's cool, I would never wear it, but it's cool. I don't look at it and be like,
So that one, it has the upper from the P6000 Nike shoe. Except like they made the swoosh a lot bigger,
right,
on it, and then it has the dunk like outsole.
Gotcha.
Except they expose the air bubble on the outsole as well.
Okay, what's the bottom? Does the bottom look like dunks too?
Yeah.
Wait, do dunks have air bubbles?
No, they don't. So that's what I'm saying. Like it looks like because like Nike Dunk is not an air shoe. Nah, it's not, right? Nah. So it's like they added that to it. So this is almost like a mashup shoe.
Yeah.
Where they just
which is cool, and I can appreciate
it's
that.
It's actual design, you would say, for Virgil Abloh.
Right.
Just doing,
I like the. I mean, it's actually a pretty good design for him. Actually, like I'm being for real. Like it's like, whoa, dude, like you did something. But Sakai's, we talked about these before. I kind of like these. I don't hate them.
Yeah.
None of that. I wear them. The ambush dunks, the pink joints. Like I'm good on these. Just off the fact of like. I don't like the swoosh sticking out like that, and it's like
you don't like that?
Nah, not at all. I feel like because I feel like the same way I have issues with the Sakai's with like
like they're not gonna stand up.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I'm gonna have to think about something else as I'm like walking or like, and I'm not trying to do all that. But also just the color, and then the shoe of the century right here, the Nike Zoom. What's the name of the dude who did this?
Matthew Williams.
Matthew
M. Williams. Yeah.
And these guys, like y'all got to see the photos because like I don't know what to tell y'all about these, man. Like I understand. Like, there's some shit that I see where I'm like, you know, it ain't for me. Like, every single one of these shoes that we just talked about, like, I might not wear them, but I get, like, why somebody would be like, I want to rock these. I get it, especially on some fashion shit. This is some fashion week shit. Like, I get it, you know? These right here, dog, I don't know what to say, man. Like, I can't even explain it, yo. Like,
it looks like an alien shoe.
Dog, like, if an alien, like, had sex with his sister and had a baby, like, deformed, you know, like, because, man, I just don't get it. Like, there's some shit that I just don't get, you know, and I think for sneakers, a lot of it should be about, like, that's what I'm looking for, but like whether it's performance or like it has to make sense, you know. And I'm not sure that these make sense.
They look like they'd be super difficult to walk into.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
man.
Just all these sharp angles and edges. Like you wonder like how you like transitioning like heel to toe when you're walking. Yeah, like how you would push off of this shoe and it would like actually feel good.
Right.
But
this is kind of like when I told you about like certain shoes are meant to be looked at and not worn. But this one, I'm not even sure it's supposed to be looked at, yo. Like, it definitely shouldn't be worn, you know. But like, maybe looked at to be like, what the fuck, you know? That's like, yeah. And then the last one is these how do you say this? Gakasu.
I'm not gonna attempt.
The Zoom X Vaporfly. Yeah, these are also
it's
like
an undercover Nike collab.
Yeah, these are also like whatever. I wouldn't wear them, but I could like I think somebody who's into like the fashion sip could like pull off an outfit with these on, you know, like I'm just not the one, you know.
Yeah.
But these joints right here, it's like, yo, like please put a photo of these joints. And,
absolutely, like, there's gonna be photos of them. I'll do multiple actually.
Nah, yo, because like I don't.
So it's actually funny because before we actually recorded the episode, like we were clicking through the photos on the Instagram or like on Matthew Williams' Instagram. And Reggie's reaction, I wish we would have had the video on, man. It was so great.
Because like straight up, like in the beginning, it kind of reminds you like a Vomero, you know, before you really see like what it is.
Like a Vomero.
And I was like, oh, this is cool because I like Vomeros. It looks like a cool, like comfortable, like type of runner type of shoe, you know. But then, you know, the more you go, it's like, okay, like this is not bad, you know. And then it's like, what? Like, what is this?
It looks like a shoe sitting on top like a tractor.
Exactly, you know. And then this, like, you know, the meme with Vince McMahon, and it's like he gets more excited.
Oh yeah,
this is the reverse of it, dog. Like straight up, bro.
Oh man.
But I mean, what's like the retail on these? Like, where are these sold? Like, 'cause people are gonna buy these. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the retail's pretty high for the shoes that he drops. Like he's had other releases.
It's like it's a fashion week stuff, so it has like automatic like.
Yeah, the retail's pretty high. I'm pretty sure it's like 300s in the retail. Even like it's not a cheap shoe to get. So. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like rich people just buy stuff because it's expensive?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're absolutely
like,
good.
It's like, oh, this is my bracket. I don't care if it's ugly. I'm buying this piece of shit.
I mean, absolutely, man. You see some of the fits that Floyd Mayweather puts together, man. He's just buying every expensive thing that he can. Doesn't look good. So I definitely think that's the case.
It's kind of wild, Joe, but it's like, you know, yo, man, let's start a new brand. It's gonna be like $1,000.
$1,000 draws.
We gonna go to Georgetown. It's gonna be called Haiti, Nigeria. It's like, yo, we gonna make this happen, yo. Hey, y'all don't sell our idea, all right? Nah, I'm playing, but like, nah, it's just kind of ridiculous to me. But I don't know that I will ever get it until I'm in that position.
True.
But even then, I think coming from like where we come from, like I don't think I'd be like rich and be like I might be rich and spend like $1,000 on some sneakers or some resale shit because I really want them or something. But
it's gonna be something that. But I guess because like what I was about to say is it's gonna be something you like,
right?
But there also could be people that find that shoe
for sure
looks good
for sure, and
I want to meet them and ask them some questions. So. For real,
why you buy that shit?
Like I need you to explain it to me. Like,
and I feel you, and I don't want to belittle somebody's opinion or anything up because like just because I'm not. That's not what I'm about, you know. Or at least that's not. I don't try to be about that.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of don't get it, you know. Because even like a shoe, like we talked about, like the Mars Saks shoes that like resell for thousands and people buy them, and I wouldn't buy that much. But it's like whatever. But that's still a shoe where I could see like somebody just likes it, you know.
Yeah.
But these other joints is just like
yeah.
Anyways, you think there's like resell on a shoe like that?
Nah,
okay, they just stay to like to people.
Yeah, I think there's some versions of the shoe that do resell, but for the most part, it's like only a special edition version of that shoe will resell. But otherwise, it'll just be a normal shoe. Yeah. Probably even under retail.
Right.
Just because the retail's so high. So then last topic for today is Nike is trying to go more green. It seems they have some shoes coming out that are using recycled materials. So the first is they introduced a new line of shoes called the Nike Space Hippie.
Yeah.
And essentially what this is it's made of scrap materials from like Nike production floors.
See, these remind me of the Mars joints, the Mars satin joints,
it does.
or whatever.
It does look similar to that.
Right.
But there's like I think it's 4 different silhouettes.
Okay.
And they're just called Nike Space Hippie 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. They all look pretty interesting. They all look pretty wearable too. I would say the high top one's a little bit like weird, but it still looks interesting now.
It's definitely a shock to see people just be like wearing around and just like having.
It is cool that it's made up mainly of recycled scrap materials that are just like, again, from the shop floors. Like you can just reuse it. So like that is good. That's definitely, you want to see more companies doing that moving forward.
But here's
try to
my thing
reduce
with
emissions and everything.
That's good, but wouldn't you have to do that with every shoe for it to like mean something?
Yeah, and like that's one of the things. Like, and I saw, I think it was Sokjik that tweeted this out, but essentially like, yes, that's part of it. And like some of these companies, you wonder if they're just, it's called greenwashing,
right?
But you wonder if they're essentially just like putting these out to say, hey, we're doing something for the environment to try to be better about like what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because yes, like in order to make significant impact, you would have to do that.
You have to overhaul the whole company.
Yeah.
You can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just do a small line of shoes and be like, hey, look, we're going green.
Yeah.
And then it's only a small amount of the shoes, you know?
And the thing too is like, Nike put out the Joyride. Like, have you seen the Joyride? Do you know what that is?
I don't think so.
So
no.
essentially, it's these shoes where instead of having like cushioning, they have these little beads on the inside of the shoe.
Okay.
And these little plastic beads that move around and they conform to your foot to give you a customized, like unique feel as you're wearing it. But the thing is, when that shoe hits a landfill and starts to break down, that's like little plastic beads that are going to go into the ocean. They're going to be ingested by fish.
So that's not good at all.
So it's not good at all. So like for them to come out with this Space Hippie line, and this is what Sokjig was saying essentially,
right.
But for them to come out with this Space Hippie line,
right,
and then to also have just come off of pushing like 5 different silhouettes of that Nike Joyride that like is just like literally the worst shoe that you could have for the environment because of the breakdown.
And that's my whole thing with like corporate companies where it's just like, I don't say save face, but like they just trying to look a certain way. You know I love Nike, you know, but you got to call them out on their bullshit. And
absolutely.
It's like, I'm not saying that like this is a great idea, but to me it's kind of like, doesn't make sense if again everything else that you got is you know on I guess it could be in a sense for people who don't want to have like for their conscience, they'd rather wear stuff like this. So then it's like, so then they buy this, but it's all money. It's all money makers. It's like, you know what I mean?
You hope that like it'll like if they see sales from this, Nike does that, like that could help to expand it into more and more shoes and stuff like that. But this shoe looks very certain type of way. Like it looks like scrap materials. You know what I mean? Like
for sure,
it would be difficult to get a Jordan 1. You know what I mean? And, like make a Jordan 1 that looks good with those same scrap materials. So like you wonder like how that would actually work and if there would be real change made.
I agree.
The second shoe that Nike is sort of putting out that is more green is the VaporMax 2020. So this one,
look cool.
Yeah, these look pretty cool. I think better than some of the other, because like I feel like if you're gonna have a shoe like the VaporMax, you need to sort of accept what it is. Like it looks a little bit different, looks a little bit alien,
right? So
like you need to go like into that, right? Don't try to make like this plain shoe that has this gigantic like mouth guard looking air bubble on the bottom, right? But so this one for the Nike VaporMax 2020, like the upper of the shoe is made up of like recycled. I think like 75% of the shoe is recycled materials is what the article was saying. So again, like an effort to try to put stuff out that is going to be a little bit more green and sort of have less impact on the environment. You know, obviously the best way to not impact the environment is to buy used shoes. And not buy new shoes,
used clothes, like it's by not putting new shit into the environment, you know?
Exactly.
But I mean, we're complicit, you know, like I buy Supreme like every week, you know. I'm trying to be better this upcoming season because I look at my closet, I'm like, I don't need anything else, you know? But then there's always that one joint and it's like,
there's that one thing
I want this, you know? It's not even I need it. It's just like it's just like this stupid ass thinking that's like, and I can admit that it's stupid ass thinking, but yeah, but at least I wear all my stuff. They don't just sit there in my closet, you know.
True.
Before we go, I wanted to ask you if you saw any other. When we stopped talking about shoes, did you see the new Nike SB Olympic collection?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about that?
It was dope.
Yeah, man. It's funny, man. I was on Twitter and like some older people like, "Oh, this is ugly," blah.
Nah, it's
and
amazing.
I'm like, "Yo, this stuff looks really good."
Amazing,
like
man.
I was like, I want to wear these
like
clothes.
the clothes, just
like
crazy.
even the Bruins and stuff that they had coming out for them, I thought looked pretty dope too.
Yeah.
But I think the Pata.
Yeah, I think it's Pata.
Yeah, he designed some of the stuff. I think he designed the whole thing.
Yeah,
and it's gonna
an
be really
amazing
cool
collection, man. I hope that the clothes are like readily accessible or available to
I hope so
purchase.
too,
I definitely would be buying some stuff.
I
in
hope
that collection.
so too. I hope so too. And it's gonna be cool seeing skateboarding in the Olympics though this year.
Yeah.
And just to see those guys like kind of. I think Oski's gonna skate for Sweden. I don't know who the U.S. has on their team. I'm sure some of the usual suspects, but should be dope, man. But again, I thought the clothes looked really dope, like the hats, the polos, like all of that. I really banged with. So
absolutely,
it's kind of because we were just talking about this Vapor Max, and then I think that's the Olympic. Yeah, that's something to do with the Olympics over there.
The Vapor Max are going to be worn by a lot of the Olympic athletes, at least U.S.
Nice.
So yeah, that should be on display there in some of the different colorways.
That was dope.
Yep.
Cool. Anything you want to talk about outside of sneakers?
Nah.
Super Bowl just passed.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the game? I thought it was a good game.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I watched part of it. Like my mom had me like putting together a table that she ordered, so I was helping her out. So I missed some of it, and then I drove back during halftime.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Like competitive game where it wasn't just like a. It was a good back and forth. It was a good like comeback game. So I enjoyed it a lot.
And like you really got to see. Like, even though, Patrick Mahomes is amazing, right?
Right.
You got to see how the 49ers defense
actually
had an impact on him and made it difficult for him.
For sure. Because he had like 2 interceptions. But I'm glad he won. And the 49ers played well, too, man. They shouldn't be. I mean, obviously, you lose a Super Bowl. Of course, you're going to be sad. But, they played pretty well.
There are definitely some, like, coaching decisions that, you could question, I guess.
For sure.
But
they'll be back in there, though, I think they're going to be.
Maybe. I mean, sometimes you don't get that second chance.
And it's really funny how that works in the NFL. Like, I remember growing up telling my dad, like, because we used to watch basketball more than we watched football. And in basketball, you would almost always see the same teams in the finals, like
or at least making like late runs in the playoffs where you have a chance.
For like an era. But football is always different.
Yeah.
Like it's always different. None of the teams that were there last year were in there this year.
That's true.
And like it's just always different. So it's always funny how it's like that in football. But I guess it also has to do with the lack of like a series where it's just like
1 game sample. You're always gonna get stuff like
it's like
that.
the same thing with tournaments for college. You're not gonna have the same. Not always, at least, but you're not always going to have the same teams. Like,
could you imagine like if the NFL playoffs were like a 3-game
bro? They would die.
Series? Yeah, people's bodies would be just destroyed.
They would die, man. But like, that's why it's funny, man. There's owners that want to make or I think people are asking for like an 18-game season, and it's like, bro, like these niggas are already like messing themselves up.
I tell you what, though, I would. I mean, so how would you feel about like if they shorten the season to like, I don't know, like 9 games, and then they played playoffs in like a NBA style format, like a best of 3 for the playoff rounds?
I do think it's such an what's it called? It would depend on how. I don't think that's possible because for football, I don't think they can play more than 1 game within like a week span or like 5 days
during
span.
The season.
I mean, it's like unless there's like those early Thursday games, then they have like 5.
Well, I'm not even saying that, but what I'm saying is like, how like there's wild card weekend, then there's divisional round, then there's AFC NFC championship,
right?
So like instead of it going like that, so like you play 9 games or something, some reduced amount of games, and then wild card weekend is across 3 weeks. So 3 weekends in a row, the same teams are playing each other for a best of 3. So like some weekends there might only be 2 teams playing because they swept the first 2 games.
And that's fine. I think that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we're not talking about like, because for me, I also think for like a viewership, do people want to see the same 2 teams play not. 3 weeks in a row?
Probably not, because it does work in basketball because it's over a short period of time.
Exactly,
and you can't really do that in football.
Exactly. The way the sport works is just kind of like. Did you watch the halftime show?
Nah, I saw the stuff on social media, but I didn't.
I kind of like I watched it and I was kind of like whatever, and then after the fact, like I saw like some of the political, like angles that they had on there, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool because like J-Lo had that scene with like the little kids in the cages, and there was a part where she took the Puerto Rican flag, and people on Twitter were like, Texas represent. Texas flag. They were like, why she have the Texas flag? But anyway, so I guess there's been people that are like bitching about like the whole like I guess, you know, because they were, you know, what they're wearing and stuff like that. But it's like, yo, y'all are bitching about like this like sexy part of the game, but y'all have no worries about like this violent ass game that's being played, like, you know. And it's like,
plus it's like that's definitely like a representation of like Miami, right? Like that's tame for sure for Miami.
Yeah, so. It's like the Latino culture, Latina. Like they should have had some Miami rappers on there though. They should have had like Rick Ross or like or even the Trina, somebody from Miami should have been over there,
like,
yo.
Like, you know, like Pitbull or someone.
Pitbull, they say Pitbull wasn't there, yo. Like, but Pitbull is he's Cuban, you know, and they didn't have him on there.
Apparently, he did like a pre-show concert that was before, but it was like a separate event, so it wasn't. It wasn't like you needed separate tickets, even if you had tickets to the Super Bowl.
You know, Pitbull has his cruise. Like, you know how I told you how the band I used to work with, Red Gold Green, we did like the 311 cruise. So it's like we go on this cruise with this band called 311, and we go like, it was pretty tight. But anyways, Pitbull has his own cruise where he does that, and imagine the amount of women that's on that cruise, bro. It's probably like 70% to 30% men on there. Bro, I think that's exactly what they told us, actually. I didn't pull that number out of my ass. Like, the 311 cruise was like 80% men to 20% women. Yeah. But that, I would go on a Pitbull.
311 before.
You definitely have. They're pretty huge, man. I mean, they like historically, like a lot of like, I guess it's rock, but they have like reggae influence. Like, I'm not really a fan of their stuff, but reggae, but I respect the crap out of them. Okay, you know, but
respect the hustle.
Yeah, you know, but so yeah, 2 Step Spot, we're gonna have our own cruise. We're gonna take our most heat to the beach.
99% dudes.
99 or 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Except unless you got a girlfriend, she coming with us. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, I enjoyed the Super Bowl weekend. But on to the NBA now.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, thank you guys for joining us for episode 13.
Hope y'all enjoy the interview.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna be trying to do it more too. I've been talking to some people and lining some stuff up for the future as well. So
you want to plug the socials in?
Yep, plug the socials because I forgot to do it in the beginning again as usual. It's at 2 Steps Pod on Instagram and Twitter. The YouTube is 2 Steps Forward Sneaker Podcast. What I might actually do is I'm just going to cut this and put it in the beginning. So I'm going to start from the beginning again.
Sure.
We're at 2 Steps Pod on Instagram and Twitter. We are 2 Steps Forward Sneaker Podcast on YouTube.
What's your personal Instagram?
Personal Instagram is Yakattack. It's _YAK_ATTACK.
True. I don't have an Instagram anymore, but I have a Twitter, the Haitian dude. But I don't talk much about sneakers on there, but y'all can find me on there.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
Peace.
Peace.